नमस्कार हेडोनच्या ह्याच्या खाशेल्या कार्यावळीत तुमकां सगळ्यांक येवकार। आज आमचे बरोबर असे गेस्ट आसात जाणी इफीचो पुराय भार आपले खांदार घेतला आणि 10 दिसां भितर जो इफी जातलो ताजे सगळे जे आयोजन आहात ते पळयतले। टुडे वी हॅव विथ अस शंकर मोहन जी, इज द डायरेक्टर ऑफ इफी। सर, वेलकम टू द शो।
Thank you so much, Pradeep.
Sir, tell me one thing, how has been the preparations?
Preparations are going on full swing. I would firstly like to thank you and thank Prudent for having given me this opportunity to speak about the festival. And I would, on my behalf and on behalf of the International Film Festival of India, like to warmly welcome all your viewers onto this particular interview that we are having. Now the preparations are going on full swing, and as you can see, we have established this office for the first time. Like in previous years, we have got a permanent office here, and I have my people here. We established this office about 4 months ago, and for the first time, these are new initiatives taken by the Ministry of Information Broadcasting, so that we can look at upgrading and upbranding the International Film Festival of India. This is part of the sweeping changes that have taken place after the committee. The advisory committee was set up by the Minister of Information Broadcasting, Madam Ambika Soni, for upgrading the festival. So as part of their recommendations, they had suggested sweeping changes. And some of the members were very eminent people like Prasun Joshi and Kamal Hassan and Shabana Azmi and, Lakshmikant Chadgaonkar from Goa. These were the people who were on this committee. So they recommended sweeping changes, in terms of upgrading the festival. And as part of those changes, which was accepted by the Ministry of Information Broadcasting, it was decided that IFFI should be delinked from the Directorate of Film Festivals, from DFF. So IFFI has become an independent body now, like other international festivals, firstly. And secondly, now it has got an independent office here in Goa on the first floor of old GMC. So this is some of the sweeping changes that have taken place from this year onwards. Then besides that, we are in close collaboration with the state government. The state government has done a lot of things in terms of the collaborative efforts that need to go into the entire functioning of the festival. While the IFFI Secretariat is now located here in Goa, it takes care of the entire content of the festival, the overall design, the overall feel, look of the festival, while the entire infrastructure is given by the Goa state government, which is represented by the Entertainment Society.
So what is the main reason behind delinking Directorate of Film Festival from IFFI?
As I said, this was part of the sweeping reforms. We had a major committee in 2008 when the Honorable Minister, Madam Ambika Soni, was here at the closing function. She announced that, she would be upgrading the entire festival on a global level. So as part of those changes, she immediately set up a committee. It was a film advisory expert committee, which had people like Kamal Hassan, it had people like Shabana Azmi and, several other very eminent people, Pritish Nandi.
They felt the need that IFFI should be an independent entity.
Independent entity like other international festivals. DFF was organizing so many things, the National Film Awards, the special festivals, all the cultural exchange programs. So as part of that, IFFI was also being organized. So it didn't have much time to focus on the festival.
Okay. So then when IFFI becomes an independent entity, what are the conceptual changes we are looking at in the festival?
See, as part of the sweeping changes, that has been recommended, administratively it has been completely delinked now.
Yeah.
Now you have got a new setup here.
Okay.
The IFFI is now functioning independently. And maybe by 2012, see what you are looking at is the birth of a new paradigm, the birth of a new brand of the International Film Festival of India.
What kind of conceptual changes can we expect?
A, it has become independent. It has got administrative and financial autonomy. B, it has got a permanent office here in Goa, which will be functioning around the year. For this year, maybe some activities are being done in Delhi and some are being done in Goa. But that is part of the gradual change. For 2012, the entire activities will be done by this office here in Goa itself.
So you always dreamt of making IFFI the Cannes of India. Is this a first step towards that?
It is a first big step towards making IFFI an international festival on global standards. I don't know if we are definitely Cannes is considered as the mecca of all international festivals. But I am of the personal view that IFFI should be definitely global. It should definitely have an international standing at par with any international film festival in the world.
Where are we lacking right now?
I don't think we are lacking anywhere, but what we need essentially is which was very much required, was this kind of a independent setup, you know, like other international festivals, which focuses entirely on doing the festival throughout the year. Like other festivals like Cannes, Venice, Berlin, all these Toronto festivals, they just focus on the main event. You know, the entire year they're working for it, they're hunting for films, searching for films, inviting people, looking out for premieres, you know, what films are being made across the globe. So it's a year-round activity because you are bringing the best of cinema into your city. People are not able to go there for whatever reasons, but you get them to the city, to the festival. And you have a dedicated audience, a dedicated crowd. So along with that, along with single-minded, a single vision, a single sourcing of just one activity throughout the year, as is done internationally, you should also develop certain strong market trends within the festival, which will attract buyers.
The most important thing when we speak about market trends is the glamour quotient. Market usually moves with glamour. And there's been an allegation on IFFI that every year glamour quotient is getting reduced.
No, I wouldn't fully endorse that kind of a view. But yes, cinema has become a very popular medium in India, unlike other countries. You know, we don't have one industry. In India, we are having several industries, you know. We have about 7 or 8 maybe film producing cities in India, unlike other countries. So cinema is an extremely popular medium here. You know, you ask anybody, there will be nobody who has not seen a movie, whether in the theater or on television. That's the kind of passion that India has for cinema. You know, with that kind of a background, I'm not really sure how much of people would really be keen unless you coax them to come for such festivals. You're looking at a dedicated, two kind of people generally attend festivals. One is a dedicated audience.
Yeah.
You know, an industry audience, professionals who want to see the best of cinema, who want to have networking. And the second is those who come to buy and sell their products, the market. So these are the two kinds of people who really come. This year what we have done is, as a new part of the new changes that we are bringing in is, we are incorporating more and more public into the festival. Besides having the delegate registration, we have already announced that we will be having public screenings, free screenings for the locals, general public. And then when we thought about it as to what kind of films we can screen to the general public. You know, there was a lot of thinking on this. And then we were advised by our own steering committee, the IFFI steering committee, that we should look at something that is really popular in Goa. So what is more popular than football?
So, is market reacting positively to IFFI after it shifted to Goa? Because there have been talks from last 3-4 years that the festival needs to be self-sustaining, festival needs to be making profit finally.
See, there are two views about this. As far as the International Film Festival of India is concerned, it's a brand that belongs to the Government of India. And therefore, the Government of India is fully funding it. The day the Government of India as a policy decides, the Ministry of Information Broadcasting as a policy decides that no, it should find other sponsors. So that will be a policy level decision. But today it finds no problem in funding this festival. On the contrary, compared to last year, the ministry has given more budgets for this IFFI. So funds is not a problem.
So what is your view? Should we look at IFFI as an independent self-financing activity, or we should be still dependent on the government?
See, ultimately when it is, in 2012, when it comes into an independent body, it comes under an independent body, then it's a policy that ministry will have to take on its own. You know? The ministry has got several such bodies under its ambit, you know. It has the Children Film Society, which is an independent society. It has the National Film Development Corporation, which is again independent. The Pune Film Institute, the Calcutta Film Institute. So there are several bodies like this, which the government is giving a grant, an annual grant. So once it makes the body independent, once it gives a grant, then that body can take a call, you know, that how it wants to self-finance itself.
So when we talk about concepts, are we looking at some new concepts in this year's IFFI, which are innovative and different?
Certainly, as I said, there are. We have tried to bring in a lot of technology into this festival. So, since I earlier said that we were planning, what we are intending is to make it industry centric. How can the industry benefit from this festival? How can they benefit the film professionals? What can the industry people, once they come to this festival, take back in terms of knowledge add to their existing professionalism? So when we thought about it, we realized that the latest things that are happening is all on 3D. So there's a lot of interest in 3D films globally, and you must have seen the wave that this film, James Cameron's Avatar, created. So it came out in 2D and 3D versions also. So there's a general feeling that the new technology that is moving globally is towards the experience of cinema. When you go to watch a cinema, you go for an experience. It's an audio-visual experience. For that 1 hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, you are going through an audio-visual experience. People are enriching themselves not only through libraries, not only through reading books, not only through adventure, but through watching films. When you're watching films, you're actually, there's an entertainment value to it.
Exactly.
And at another level, you're imbibing values, culture, behavior, language, several things you're imbibing consciously and unconsciously. That's also a learning process. We say it's for entertainment, but there is a learning happening also. So the whole point is the experience behind it. Now, globally, filmmakers think that purely from the experience point of view, 3D gives more experience, more enriching experience to a viewer than through 2D. So there is an explosion going on 3D, and you find some of the very important filmmakers globally now moving towards 3D. So when we thought about this, we also thought that we should bring in 3D films also. While other festivals in India have brought in 1 or 2 sporadic films on 3D, we decided to design a whole package of 3D films, which we are screening in Kala Academy. So we have a package of 3D. We also have workshops and seminars on 3D. We will be bringing in people from Hollywood, from other places, who will talk about 3D, the art of 3D. So there's a whole lot of energy happening on this particular area of filmmaking.
There will be a hatke thing in this year's.
Absolutely. The other hatke thing is, in your words, there is a lot of scope for animation happening. So globally, while India is having a lot of talent in animation, what India is doing is the back-end animation. So we probably, because the labor is cheap compared to Western countries. So there's a lot of influx of film producers coming and doing back-end animation. So we thought we should curate an entire animation section for the industry professionals in India, in the other industries in India, who can come here and also have workshops and also attend to workshops and also see animation, latest animation technology which is happening abroad. So we also have some brilliant animators coming here for the same.
ह्या हाजेर आमी हांगा एक ल्हानसो वेवसायीक विसव घेतात. खंयच वचनाकात, गोंयचेर उलोवपाचें उरलां, गोंय इफीचें परमनंट डेस्टिनेशन ताचेर उलोवपाचें उरलां. 2 मिनटां भितर परत.